Okay, good morning everyone at home. Even though most of you are at home, there are still some of us here today. Say hi everyone.
Hi. Subscribe to PewDiePie.
So Mateo, Cassidy, Sage, Juliana, Zach, and Evan have all graced us with their presence today. So we're going to be doing the math here together. They're going to be doing it in their books and having time here. You guys will have to watch this video and do it at home. We are putting fractions on hold for a bit. The only thing left was the test, and we'll do that when you guys get back from our mandated quarantine. But other than that, we're going to start circles because this is a unit you can work on at home. So follow along today. Everyone here is taking down all of these notes in their book. I'd suggest you do the same, although you do have access to the video, so that's another way to look at it as well. So when we talk about circles, there's a reason why we separated circles from other shapes. Why do you think we separated circles from the other 2D shapes that we were working on, like parallelograms, trapezoids, and triangles? Cassidy?
They're a lot harder.
Well, it's not that they're harder. They're different for sure. Yeah, Sage?
Circles has no sides.
Well, yeah, there's no side. There's no base or height with a circle. So they're not, doing the area of a parallelogram is not much different than doing the area of a trapezoid or an area of a regular shape. But circles are quite a bit different. First of all, they have different units of measurement. So this is the first thing we should be writing down today. We're not going to be talking about base or height or length and width. We're going to be talking about something called radius. Now, the radius is just simply the distance from the center of the circle to any of its outside edges. So this is something we measure from the center of the circle going outwards to the outside edges. You can have more than one radius, we call that a radii, but you're going to see the word radius a lot come up. So again, first term is going to be radius, and it looks like this. If we had a general circle of any size, the radius would be the distance from the inside center to any of the outside edges. And of course it can go, it's not going to want to rotate with me today, is it? There it is. It can go to any of the outside edges. So that is radius. So a lot of the work you're going to see this term is going to say find the radius, find the circumference if the radius is this, find the area if the radius is that. So get this down pretty easily that we're going to be talking about radius. Just like with 2D shapes, we talked a lot about, no, I guess not 2D shapes, but when we talked about parallelograms, triangles, trapezoids, rectangles, shapes like that, we looked at base and height a lot. You're not going to see anything with base and height. All you're going to see here is radius, or on the second one we're going to talk about today, which we'll put up right away. So again, I would quickly draw a simple circle. Again, it's not going to be perfect. The lesson today is drawing circles, but we're going to talk about the vocabulary first. And drawing circles is tough. When you guys are asked to draw a circle, how do you usually do it? If you're doing some art or you're doing something where you need to draw a circle, what do you usually do, Mateo?
I can use my water bottle.
You trace, right? Exactly. You get something that already is a circle and you trace it. What's the problem with that? What kind of problems do you encounter if the way you draw a circle is just by tracing it? Mateo?
It's hard to get a certain size.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, sometimes it's too big or too small. I always remember kids doing art and they were running around the room looking for something circular to trace. There's a really easy way to do this with a very simple tool that all of you have today, and hopefully you guys at home have as well, which is your compass, and we'll show you how to make a circle of any size you want. Now, the second term we're going to talk about today, oops, seems like I skipped it here.
I made a semicircle.
I took my water bottle. I took my own.
I guess it's on the next one there. So we're going to look at how to draw circles using a compass today. So if you can just have this down here, it's just two steps. Well, three, but the last one is very, very straightforward. And we're going to be practicing this on your paper today. So we're going to be drawing circles using a compass. Now, of course, my compass is already on the smartboard here. You guys will have compasses inside your geometry sets. If you don't have a compass, stop by the school and grab one. You can go to Dollarama and pick them up, although just be careful, the Dollarama ones are very, very cheap. They don't often work very well. You can get a decent one at Walmart, although with the store closures right now, I'm not sure how if they're going to be open for you to find one. But either way, I know my daughter works at Canadian Tire and they're still open, so I'm assuming they may have geometry sets. But again, I have them here. Feel free to drop by the school and grab one. Now, you guys have already had geometry sets. When did we use these last? When did we use compasses last in our math unit this year? What were we doing with them the last time we used them? Cassidy?
Parallel. Like triangle? No.
Not triangle.
The weird shape.
Zach?
Was it bisect?
It was bisectors, when we were bisecting lines or bisecting angles. That's the last time we used them. So you should have some familiarity with how to use them. Drawing circles actually is quite simple. So the first thing you want to do is place the tip on the left side of your line. So in this example here, our circle has a radius of 4. So what we do is we make sure that the tip of your compass is right on the radius, right on the center of the line. And of course, we're going to extend our pencil to the end of our radius. So the first thing you want to do is draw the radius. So for example, when you get your work today, it's going to say draw a circle with a radius of 2 centimeters, I should say. You'll just simply draw a 2 centimeter line. You will need a ruler. All of the geometry sets here have one. Hopefully at home you have a ruler you can use. So you would simply draw your 4 centimeter radius, and you have the tip on the left side and your pencil on the right side. Now, once you're done here, it's as simple as drawing your circle. Now, I'm going to give you a tip here, because some people have trouble with this. What'll happen is as they're drawing it, the tip moves, their compass is wobbly. Remember, if your compass is loose, it's not going to work properly. It needs to be nice and tight. Simple screwdriver will help you do that. And here, we just simply draw our circle all the way around. One tip that I like to do, and you can do this if you like at home or here, is once your pencil is down on the paper, press down on the pencil and very, very casually turn your paper around. I find that works well. Just make sure there's nothing blocking it, because if there is, you're going to bump into it. So make sure your desk is kind of clear, or your space at home is clear to work on, and you could just rotate your paper around to make that circle perfectly. They both work. Juliana just did it. How did it work? Good, yeah. I just find when people try to do this, whenever their wrist gets this way, they tend to kind of mess up. So it's just a lot easier just to kind of turn your paper with your pencil down. Yes?
I took mine home.
Yes, that's fine.
I don't have one.
No, you can share with that. So, other ones. The last term we're going to talk about today is something called diameter. So if you could have this last one down, that'd be great. Diameter is just simply the name for the distance across the circle through its center. So the diameter is the distance across the circle, but it has to go through the center. Diameter wouldn't be here. It has to go directly through the center in order for it to be considered the diameter. So we have two terms that we're going to be learning about today, radius and diameter. Radius being the distance from the center to the outside edge, diameter being the distance from one side to the other, but going through the center. Juliana, what do you notice about the diameter compared to the radius?
The diameter is going this way.
Okay.
And the other one's going that
Well,
way.
but diameter could go that way too.
Oh.
What can we say about the diameter? The diameter is something compared to the radius. It's something compared. Evan?
The diameter is across from one side to the circle, and the radius is from the middle to the circle.
Okay, so what can we say about it? You guys are telling me exactly what it is, but I'm looking for. The radius is blank of the diameter, or the diameter is blank of the radius?
Half.
Yes! Say it again, Sage.
Half.
Yes, the radius is half the diameter, or the diameter is
Old.
double, or double the radius, exactly. So the radius is half the diameter is double the radius. So let me ask you a question, Sage. Let's say the diameter was 10.
Yeah.
What would the radius be?
5.
5, exactly. Juliana, let's say the radius was 6. What would the diameter be?
3.
No, try it again. The radius is 6.
Oh, it would be 12.
12, exactly. Cassidy, the diameter is 10. What's the radius?
5.
5. Mateo, the radius is 2. What's the diameter?
4.
4. Evan, the radius is 4. What's the diameter?
8.
8. Thank you. So just remember that. So if it says draw a circle with a diameter of 5, you would need to draw your radius of 2.5 to make sure that you draw your circle correctly. Now, we're going to do a few examples here today on your paper before we get into the actual work. So what I want you to do is with a ruler, hopefully you have one inside your geometry sets. If you don't, grab one from my bin. I want you to draw a circle that has a radius of 4. So the first thing you do is draw a line that's 4 centimeters long. Draw a 4 centimeter long line on your paper. And I'm going to skip to the next slide and do one with you. Give me a second. There we go. So you can get your ruler out. Here's my ruler right here. Get your pencil, and we'll draw a 4 centimeter line Shadow's bugging me here. Perfect, there you go. Ruler's done, get rid of it. Now, we're gonna get our compass out. You guys have yours already there. And we're gonna put the point, oops, on the left side and the pencil all the way to the far right side. So it should look like this. Now we're just simply going to draw our circle. You guys can rotate your paper, or you can try it just with the pencil going around like this. Boom. There you have a circle that has a radius of 4 centimeters. Mateo, what would the diameter be? 8 centimeters, exactly. 8 centimeters. How's it going there, Zach?
Good.
It's a little hard, eh? Oh, not bad. Good job. Pretty good. Very good, Juliana. Excellent. It doesn't hurt to practice these a bit, because when you actually hand in the work,
It's
I
like
want these to
Pac-Man.
be neat, and they should be to the centimeter. I'm going to be expecting these are nice and neat. If you're at home, again, practice this on loose leaf paper. You're welcome to take a picture and upload it to Google Classrooms for me to see, or you can hand it here at the school and I will mark them. But yes, they must be neat. If your circle is off, or I can tell you bumped into something while drawing it, you're not going to get the mark for it. Make sure they're neat. Have your workspace nice and cleaned off so your compass or your arm's not going to bump when you're trying to draw these. Yes?
Kind of looks like Pac-Man, but with the most
I was gonna make Pac-Man.
If that helps you, sure. It kind of looks like Pac-Man. Sure, let's go with that. Now, what I want you to do is, we said we've drawn a circle with a radius of 4, and we already talked about how the diameter is double the radius. So what I want you to do now is I want you to draw me a circle with a diameter of 4. Draw me a circle with a diameter of 4, not a radius, but a diameter that has 4. This circle here has a radius of 4. I want you to draw one that has a diameter of 4. Before you even get started, if it has a diameter of 4, what's the radius?
2.
Thank you, Sage, 2. So what you can do is get your ruler out, get your pencil or pen. Well, it should be math, should be pencil, not pen. And if you're missing pencils at home or you need any supplies, come here and grab some. I have tons of them. Not gonna let me do it. So if it has a diameter of 4, we have to start with a radius of 2. It's gonna be a really small circle. Oops. My smartboard is not working with me today. Alright. Wow. So, clearly, the one with the radius of 4 is bigger, the one with the diameter of 4 is much smaller. Good, Zach, those all look really good, except for your little one. Had a little issue here, right?
This one just has a
Well,
bump.
Oh, that was, oh, I get it, I see what you're
Yeah,
doing.
it just
Very
has a
good,
little
Juliana.
It's a ghost.
How are you guys doing over here? Oh, those look very neat, Sage. So now, here's the nice thing. If you're ever doing art or you're doing anything where you need to draw a circle, grab your compass instead of trying to trace something. They're not hard to use at all. Evan, your pencil needs to come down more. Make sure when you load your compass, just like we talked about with angle bisectors, that your pencil is sort of even with your point. Otherwise, you're going to be leaning onto one side. It's just going to be difficult for you. How many people have been rotating the paper and find that's pretty easy to do? Kind of. And how many people just can do it fine without having to rotate the paper around?
I can't do it. I can do it okay.
It's okay. Yeah, exactly. Could be a
This would
tiny
be
bit
a
neater on this
pretty
one, but
big
it's not bad.
circle.
It's just not
Yeah, that would be a really big one. Let's try one more practice one before we wrap up here for the day. Let's go to a new thing here. We're gonna do, I want you to draw me a circle that has a diameter of 12. A diameter of 12 centimeters. Big circle. So draw me a circle with a diameter of 12. Not a radius, but a diameter. So if you can do that now as our last sample, that would be great. A circle with a diameter of 12. The worksheets that you're going to be getting over the next couple days are going to be asking you to draw various circles with rather the radius or the diameter. So Cassie, just make sure when you're drawing these circles, give yourself plenty of room on your paper. You may have 3 or 4 sheets of loose leaf for one assignment, because sometimes the circles are very large and they take up a lot of your paper. I believe there's one question on the next one where it asks you to draw one that takes up almost the whole loose leaf. So just be very careful that you don't try to jam them all into one spot. Right on the back of your loose leaf, right on larger, grab 2 or 3 sheets so you're not all cramming them in. Now, you guys should
Mine
already be
didn't
on your way
fit
to
on my
drawing these,
paper.
but we asked to draw a diameter of 12, so what's the radius going to be? Mateo? 6. So we just draw a line that's 6 centimeters long. So there's my 6 centimeter long line right there. I grab my compass out here. I put the point on the left side and I extend my pencil to my right side. And now I'm going to draw my circle. And look what I did. I went right off of the paper because I should have went more centered. So again, be careful when you do this on your own. Let's move and if you do this, erase it. I'm not going to give you the mark if it's half off the paper. Let's try this again over here. Let's see if it's going to let me delete this. It looks like it's going to now. Excellent. Oops. There we go. And let's write in our radius here, which is 6 centimeters. So there is my circle that has a diameter of 12.
This.
Good. You went over your other one, but these are practice. That's okay.
Mine
Just make sure when
kinda-
you're doing your actual assignment, you're not going to run out of space or run over other ones that you've done.
Mine kind of went off.
Exactly.
Just a
So in
bit.
the future, again, you're practicing now, so that's okay. But when you're doing an assignment, make sure you're going right in the center of the paper. So here we are with our circle that has 6 centimeter radius or a 12 centimeter long diameter. Any questions? Mateo? You sure? You can ask me about my shirt today. It's a standard button-up shirt, black. Zach, any questions? No? Nothing about my shoes and why they're not so clean this morning? No?
My shoes are always dirty, so.
Oh, there you go. Juliana, no questions? You didn't want to ask me what I had for breakfast this morning?
Actually, I do.
Yes.
What did you have for breakfast?
This morning I had a piece of turkey bacon. It
Ooh,
was
that's
dry
really
and
good.
did not taste good. Yeah, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
Cereal?
Cereal? What kind of cereal?
Like granola smells like chocolate.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Okay, everyone, say goodbye.
Bye.
Subscribe to
Hopefully you guys are
PewDiePie.
having okay a time at home.
next
And
time.
we're missing some of you. No, maybe we're missing all of you.
Merry
That's okay.
Christmas.
But it's much quieter in the room over the last few days than it has been because it's been a third of the room or less in here. A quarter of the room has been in here, so it's been very quiet. But either way,
Happy
we'll talk to you in the next
Leprechaun Day.
video. See you later.
Merry Christmas.
Subscribe to PewDiePie.